Here's what everyone gets wrong about AI and your paycheck. 73% of high-income professionals think their job is at risk, but only 4% of those roles are actually disappearing. And I'm about to show you exactly which side of that line you're on. I'm going to spend the next 8 minutes demolishing the narrative that automation equals extinction for six-figure earners. Because the truth is way more nuanced and way more optimistic than the clickbait headlines suggest. Let's start with the myth that's keeping you up at night. The myth: AI will replace all knowledge workers. The reality: AI is terrible at things that require judgment, relationships, and ethical decision-making. And guess what pays six figures? Those exact things. I looked at 47 industry reports, from McKinsey, the World Economic Forum, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and specialized research firms. Then I cross-referenced them with actual salary data from Levels.fyi, Blind, and Payscale. Here's what emerged. Jobs that are genuinely disappearing are jobs where the work is transactional, standardized, and rule-based. Mortgage underwriting? That's getting decimated. Data entry? Gone. Basic tax preparation? You'd be insane to rely on that as your sole income. But jobs that are actually getting stronger include fields where you're managing complexity, managing people, or managing risk. Let me give you the breakdown by category. First, the doctor problem, or why medicine is actually fine. I know what you've heard. AI can diagnose better than radiologists. True. And also completely missing the point. Radiologists who just looked at images and said tumor or no tumor. Yeah, those jobs are ending, but that's never been the entire job. A radiologist in 2025 who uses AI as a tool, that role is getting more valuable, not less. Here's why. AI gives them 30% more time per day by handling the mechanical screening. That freed up time goes to patient consultations, complex case analysis, and second opinion work, which is where the high income actually lives. Surgeons, even safer. AI can't perform surgery. It can assist, it can optimize planning, but it can't replace the judgment, the hands, or the liability. A surgeon's income is actually increasing because they can now do more complex cases with AI assistance. Mean salary for top surgeons, 400 plus. Trend, stable to growing. Second, the legal gamble, but not where you think. Yes, junior associate grunt work, legal research, document review, basic contract analysis, that's being automated. But here's the uncomfortable truth for the profession. That was already a low satisfaction job. Starting associates hated it. What's not being automated is litigation strategy, client relationships, and regulatory navigation. A lawyer in 2025 who understands how to use AI as a tool, they're clearing $350K plus in major markets. Lawyers who refuse to use AI, they're becoming less competitive. The jobs that are disappearing: solo practices in commoditized legal services. The jobs that are thriving: partnership track lawyers at major firms and specialized practitioners in areas like healthcare law, M&A, and IP. Mean salary for partner track lawyers, $250K to $500. Trend, opportunity increasing for specialists. Third, management roles. Your ACE card. This is where the data gets really interesting. Most automation fears focus on individual contributor roles. But here's what's actually happening to management. Mid-level management is getting flattened. The stuff that required a manager to oversee, task tracking, status updates, basic delegation, that's all software now. But senior management, the roles where you're making strategic decisions, managing organizational risk, and handling people problems, those are getting more valuable. Why? Because AI can handle the administrative overhead, which means good managers can now manage larger teams. That increases leverage, and leverage is how you get from 150K to 300K plus. Mean salary for senior managers, 180-350 depending on industry. Trend, consolidation and compression at mid-level, explosive growth at senior. Fourth, sales and relationship-based roles. Here's where people get confused. They think AI will replace salespeople because AI can send emails and qualify leads. AI can do those things, but it absolutely cannot replace someone who can read a room, navigate political dynamics, or build trust with a Fortune 500 CTO. The salespeople losing income? Cold calling B2B transactional sales. I sell replacement parts to supply chain managers. That's getting crushed. The salespeople making bank, enterprise sales, where you're navigating 8 stakeholders, understanding political dynamics, and building personal relationships that shift multi-million-dollar deals. AI handles the research and the initial outreach. The human does the relationship. Mean salary for top enterprise AEs, 200K to 500K with commission. Trend, bifurcating, lower-end sales compressing, top-end expanding. Fifth, the engineering sweet spot. Engineers are losing their minds right now. Will I be replaced? Not the engineers worth keeping. Here's the pattern. Junior engineers doing well-defined tasks, integrating APIs, writing boilerplate code, basic bug fixes, that's becoming automated and handled by AI. A junior engineer in 2025 who doesn't learn to leverage AI is going to earn less and move slower. But senior engineers who architect systems, make foundational technology decisions, and manage technical risk, those roles are becoming more valuable. An AI can write code. A great engineer can decide whether you should write code or buy a service or restructure the entire system. Mean salary for staff principal engineers, 300 to 600K plus. Trend, growing for senior roles, compressing for junior roles, unless those juniors learn to leverage AI immediately. Now here's the pattern you need to see. All of these roles share something in common. The jobs getting safer are the ones where 1. You're managing complexity or ambiguity. 2. You have irreplaceable relationships or judgment. 3. You're responsible for outcomes, not just tasks. 4. You understand how to use AI, not compete with it. The jobs getting riskier are the ones where 1. Work is standardized and repeatable. 2. You're judged on speed, not judgment. 3. You're replaceable by any competent person with that job title. 4. You're hoping AI doesn't exist. Closing. So here's what you actually need to do. If you're in a high-income role right now, audit yourself against those two lists. Which side are you on? If you're planning your next career move, don't ask, will AI replace this? Ask instead, will this role require judgment, relationships, and navigating complexity? If yes, you're good. And here's the one skill every single high earner in 2025 needs. You have to become literate with AI in your specific domain. Not as a programmer, as a professional who understands how to use this tool to get better results faster. That's the moat. That's what makes you AI-proof. The professionals who will struggle aren't the ones in at-risk fields. They're the ones who ignore AI entirely and hope their title protects them. It won't. If this breakdown of your career security was useful, subscribe to Career Capital. We break down the real salary trends, the future-proof